finger off the pause button. I think we're back. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry, the internet's a wonderful thing, isn't it? When it works. But something happened. It wasn't Debbie Robinson. I'm just going to tell you, it was nothing to do with her glue gun. It wasn't Tracy. It wasn't Tracy either, I'm afraid. I don't know what happened, but hopefully we're all back. Oh, is she listening? She's listening. We are, hopefully, fingers crossed, we are all back. Can you just drop us in a comment just to let us know that everything's back up and running again? Otherwise, Debbie and I are talking to ourselves, Debbie.
I
Really?
know, and I've been on here. I've just jumped on my phone to let you know that we're having a few problems. We don't know if we're back at Crafters TV. Well, apparently YouTube's fine now, apparently. But just let us know that you can hear us and see us so that we know we're all good to go again. Don't know what happened there, Derek. I promise you, it was not me.
Right, I want everyone to press a thumbs up or just say, yes, I can see you and your wonderful shirt. Lovely. I think we're getting positive messages. I can see thumbs up from Debbie's. Anyway, where were we? We were talking the launch of our brand new Spectrum Noir glitter markers, of which there are 18 in this first launch day collection here on Crafters TV, where you get 3x6, which are all amazing colours. I love them. You've got neon yellow and neon violet, blue, pink, orange and green. You've also got your vibrant florals, which is golden glow, electric pink, ultraviolet, fiery red, supernova and yellow cosmos. And you have your cool elements down there at the bottom as well, which is moonlit silver, carbon, jade, aqua, cool blue, midnight frost and frozen lake. Now your new glitter markers are to complement your glitter markers with the brush tips as well. This has a fine tip. We've got lots and lots of people who are commenting away right now. Well, listen, as it is part 2, but let's pick up where we left off. I've got some things to go through in just a moment, but we saw sort of the end of the unicorn. So let's have another quick look at the unicorn, shall we, Debbie? Pick up where we left off.
Well, yes, we were busy colouring the unicorn in, so I had partly coloured, nearly finished him actually, where I was doing my unicorn. In fact, let's go in close so you can see the unicorn. And what I did was I fussy cut around my lovely unicorn, and then we've created this beautiful shimmery sparkle. Oh, look at that. Look, now we're talking. Absolutely beautiful. Someone nicknamed a rainbow. I'm going with that one, Derek. I like rainbow.
I love it.
I think that's a beautiful name for beautiful unicorn. What I was going to do, Derek, if I may, was talk about how to create different techniques as well. Do you need to do anything up your end first before we carry on?
Up my end, I just need to tell you, all I was going to ask you very, very quickly, Debbie, is wonder if you've got a little bit of scrap card there to just show us again in detail the nibs of these, just so that we can see that how the tips differ to the glitter markers or to the brush glitter pens or sparkle pens. I got there eventually. How they differ to the sparkle pens. In fact, you got a sparkle pen I have.
I've got my clear overlay sparkle pen here. Now, I don't know if you can see, but you have a beautiful brush nib with the sparkle pen. Now, these complement the sparkle pens. They are different colours though, Derek, so I'm just going to let you know these are a different colour. But what you've got with these is this brush nib. Now, you've got the same thing, so you can hear in there where you... Yep. Same thing.
Shake
so it's
to
like
wake.
pots. Do you know the pots of ink that we have? Got the little ball bearing. It's exactly the same. So you need to give it a shake to wake. We do a pumping action. Shall I do the pumping action again for the people that have just joined us, Derek?
Just joined us. If you could just keep saying it, that would be enough for me.
Well, there's no other word I can use it. It's a pumping action.
Someone was asking. Gwen says, "Do you only need to pump them once?"
Yes, once you find.
Right.
So pump it a couple of times. Right. Can we go in close? Can we go in close again? Fabulous. Thank you very much, Adam. So what we're going to do is, and I'm just going to try and hold up my hand back there so you can see it. At the moment, it's a white tip. Now, I've given it a little shake to wake. Excuse about my bracelet there, just knocking on the counter. But what you're just going to do is just a couple of gentle pumps. And what it's just doing is working the vibrant ink and the glitter and obviously that water-based product. But can you see it coming down now, Derek? Here we go.
Oh, here it comes.
There it is. So a couple of little pumps.
So it'll just take a few.
Yeah, just a few, and then you're good to go. So look at me being vain again, writing on me my little signature.
Look at that. This is for when Debbie becomes the 5th member of Bucks Fizz and she's signing autographs at the end of the gig.
But this is where you've got this beautiful fine line. Now with a brush nib, it's a completely different feel to it.
Yeah.
So you can see this is for your detailed line work, but I'll tell you something that's not missing from this is that beautiful shimmer and sparkle that you guaranteed with our with our sparkle pens. So that's exactly how you pump a pen and prime a pen. You do that with all of your pens, every single one, and then you're good to go. And all you need to do is remember is when you're using them. Now I keep mine Derek, is that horizontal or vertical? Thank you very much. I keep mine horizontal. So
you're vertical, the pen's horizontal. Well, on this occasion, you're vertical.
But yeah, when you pick them up to use, because obviously if they've been sat around for a while, if you don't use them for a while, pick them up and just give it a little shaking action. You don't need to pump it again, though. It's all done and dusted. However, there's lots of things you can do with it, and we'll come back to that in a moment. I'll hand back to you, Derek.
Thank you, darling. More pumping action in just a second. In the meantime, let me just show you how even the sparkle is as well across all of the colours. If you have a look on this board, you can see all of the colours are there. And when I catch it in the light, can you just see how even the sparkle is all of the way through? I know that might be a little glary in places, but it does show you just how even the sparkle is right the way through every single colour. It's not like it comes out patchy at all. Now, listen, to go with the brand new glitter marker collection, we've got these amazing stamps. We're going straight back to Debbie in just a couple of seconds, but I want to talk you through these stamps. We've got 2 sets of stamps. This is a brilliant selection because you get these 6 massive stamps and you're only paying for 4. Which is, I think, absolutely brilliant. So you get Believe in Magic, and you can buy these individually, by the way, but the best value is in the bundle where you get 6 and only pay for 4. So you get Believe in Magic, which is the unicorn, most popular on its own individually. You get Make-A-Wish, which is wonderful. I love that. Imagine how you can colour that up just beautifully. We don't have to imagine, it's already been done there, which is superb. You also have a little fairy dust, which I think is great. She's obviously practicing one of her yoga poses there as well. I could never be that flexible. Then you have Beautiful Friend, which is that lovely mermaid. Again, you can go crazy with the colours with that as well. And again, with these new glitter markers, you can graduate throughout the mermaid, as you can see here, into different colours, which I think is really cool. This is the one they keep saying is me, although the name is quite apt. You know, you are amazing. I'll take that. It's fine. You know, the costume might be a bit, you know, a bit not quite 2020, but you know, very nice indeed. And then you have got Once Upon a Time, which is wonderful. Don't you just want to know what's behind that door? Some magical wishes. All of those, £31.96, $39.80. Now, I mentioned the stamping platforms before because we have a nice little bundle going on today where you get a 6x6 stamping platform and a 4x4. Oh, sorry, that's it, like an invisible something, isn't it? That's a 6x6 stamping platform. And a 4x4 and a brand new back in stock, well, not brand new, but back in stock, your stamping mat. Now, I've got to get myself one of these. Now, you can buy this on its own as well, but it's great value with the bundle there because you get the 6x6 and the 4x4 stamping platforms, which are so good when you're using with the stamping mat because that's absorbing the pressure as you're actually stamping down as well. And that means you're going to get better coverage from your stamps. Because if you're like me at the moment and you're working on a glass mat, here's what I'm doing at home at the moment, which is really silly. Glass mat you can buy in the UK and the EU, by the way. It's on the website, but at the moment I'm trying to stamp like this, and of course the stamping platform's doing a bit of a skate around because, you know, because. So that's why you need your stamping mat, and that's why it's good that they are back in stock as well. Stay there. We have something else for you as well, which you are going to absolutely adore and love, and that is high quality professional Spectrum Noir watercolor paper. These are 20 sheets in each pad, and they are 300 GSM. The most incredible quality watercolor card, and that really is substantial there as well. And it comes in a pad, and it's very easy to just detach the sheets, by the way, like a professional artist pad. And you get 2 of those for just £14.98, which is amazing value for money. The money that you can spend on watercolor card is extraordinary, and to get this professional level from Spectrum Noir, who develop all of our ink products here at Crafters Companion, it's just awesome value. You can see it's a reduced price tag as well, just for today's show, £14.98 or $22.42. Right, okay, so Debbie, back to you, and what are we up to next?
Well, I'm going to show you other things that you can do with them. So, you know, we've got the rest of that, the ink pots, and there's brush markers in there, but you can create a little bit of background as well using these markers too. So I've just taken the colours that I'd used with the unicorn, because I want myself a little bit of a background. Now, I saw a question earlier while we were down. I actually looked at the questions that were coming up and being asked, and somebody asked if I'd actually wet my watercolour cardstock before I started. No, definitely not. When you're taking this, don't forget this is a bullet nib. I wouldn't be using the water first and then popping that on. It's not like the brush mark or anything like that. So I would just use the water afterwards, drag it out with the water, drag it out with the clear overlay pen. But what we're just going to do is we're going to pump a little bit of dots down onto some watercolour cardstock. And I'm just literally, and that's that pumping action again, Derek. So I'm just popping a little bit down because it stays wet. This is a water-based product, so I'm just going to pop down quite a few different colours on here.
And you don't have to be delicate with them, Debbie, as well, as you're seeing with
they're
pumping
super
away
strong.
for Britain there.
Oh, honestly, super strong. Sorry, a little bit heavy-handed. That's another nickname I've got. Actually, we'll leave that there. Literally now, I've got lots of dots on there. Now watch what happens. Watercolour marker, I've got a spritzer here, and all you're going to do, and I'm just going to move my things out of the way because I don't want to get them covered, but just take your spritzer. And because this is a water-based product, this is what you can do with it. So very similar. Look how gorgeous. Come on, get over. Come on, guys, overhead. Come on, you need to be seeing the magic. I'm doing a bit of directing now as well as guesting, but I just want you to be able to see that. It's no good seeing it from over side. You need to be able to see it.
That's
so
awesome.
Literally, look how gorgeous that looks. Now I've created my own background with a few pumping actions there with the pen. So little bits of dots just on there. Get them all lined up wherever you want to pop them, and then let that dry or bring it on a little bit with the heat gun. Shall I be drying that, Derek?
Yes, can I just say right now, there is your one single reason, just in that one shot there, in that spritzing, that is your reason to add this complete collection to your basket right now. Remember, you are getting all 18 of the brand new glitter markers. Those details right the other side of the screen over there. That's the one that you need to add to your basket right now. Remember, today is the launch. Pretty much everywhere in the UK. I think it was launched earlier today on Create and Craft, which is the shopping channel here in the UK. Crafters TV, this is the first time we're seeing them. I have to say that the stock numbers that we've got felt healthy, but a lot of that stock went before we even came to the show live. So what I would say is, you know, the first bite of the cherry always the sweetest, isn't it? Especially when it comes to Crafters Companion. It's great to be first in line. It's great to be, and I mean, just look at that. It's like sheer alchemy. And that's got that lovely even sparkle. I mean, this is a detail fine nib, brand new glitter marker. And look, we've created this, which is completely different to the other ink techniques that you already use. Yes? Amazing.
So I'm just going to dab a little bit off there, Derek, because I've done a fair bit there, but I was a little bit heavy-handed with
Is it
water.
still nice and sparkly, Debbie? That's what I want to know.
This is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to wipe that up for a second. Can we go in? Shall we go in this way? See if you can see it there. Let's just sit.
Oh, now look at that.
Now we're talking. And that's come from a bullet nib marker. That just shows you how beautiful the effects that you can achieve. And that's going to be my background for my unicorn, Derek.
Oh,
so I've got myself a little
brilliant.
card base already. Yep. So I thought, let's get some finished. Let's get some marked up. So I've taken a little piece of black cardstock. I've been very frugal though. I've framed it. Oh, Derek, I keep dropping things on the floor. Honest to goodness, what is up with me? I think it's every time I come in this classroom, you know.
It's Friday, Debbie.
Well, it must be that Friday feeling.
This is why I love working with you, because you say all the things out loud to us that we say to ourselves when we're crafting, yeah? It's like, oh, you silly boy, you've dropped that again.
I am.
Oh, what have you done this time?
I'm like it at home as well. I am exactly the same at home. I am. So what I'm just going to do, Derek, is I'm just going to pop this down onto, I should have let that dry a little bit more because I knew that was going to happen. It's a little bit wet there. Let me just grab, tell you what I'll do. I'll grab, where's my chunky glue gone? Oh, on the floor.
Hey!
On the floor. There we go. Oh, I'm doing it again. Let me just pop this on here. Let's get this all the way around.
It can't be a Debbie Robinson show without some chunky glue.
Oh, I love the stuff. I love it. So I'm just going to place that just over the top and I'm just going to get that positioned in.
Talking of which, Debbie, just very, very quickly.
Yeah.
I think it's this show. I'm hoping it's this show. It could be the one before. But do we have a glue bundle on?
Do you know?
Was it in the earlier show we didn't mention it? It might have been, where you get an all-purpose, a tacky and a 3D. Was it in the earlier show? If you shop the masterclass earlier, there's a really nice deal where you get an all-purpose, a full-size all-purpose, a full-size tacky glue, and the 3D chunky glue, as Debbie likes to call it. We call it colourless, odourless 3D gel, I think we call it, don't we? 3D.
Yeah, it's like a decoupage glue,
yeah.
And it lifts it up. So a little bit on there, but I'm just going to ground him a little bit. So I'm going to take the carbon, and I'm just going to get, because at the minute it looks like he's floating in air. So what I'm just going to do is do a little bit of line art underneath.
Oh, look at that.
And that just grounds him a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So literally, that just makes him look like his, his shadows there. But when I've just picked that up, what you've got now, and if I go in close there, can you see that beautiful shimmer and sparkle? So I've created not only the coloured image using that beautiful Believe in Magic stamped image, but I've created the background as well, Derek. So this just shows you what you can do with these markers. They are incredible. They really are incredible. This is a water-based marker. It is packed full of glitter. It is vibrant colour, a dye-based colour, packed with glitter. Obviously water-based, which means you can do all those lovely things like drawing it out with the water brush, with your clear overlay sparkle like you saw me done. It means you're going to be able to do your lettering, so your journaling, or if you just want to write on your Christmas cards this year with a bit of sparkle, you absolutely can do, Derek. I love these. This is really exciting for me. I feel a little bit privileged that Leanne's like, let me do this one, because it is a fabulous, fabulous product. All about glitter. Who doesn't love a bit of glitter?
I tell you what, Debbie, as well, and there's lots of people who've noticed this in the comments as well, that demo that you've just done there, usually when you think, right, okay, if I want to do a sparkly or a metallic demo, I've got to throw a lot of ink at it, haven't you? You've either got to get your aqua tints or something with a lot of ink that goes down onto the paper. It can often be a messy kind of affair as well, which is fine if you don't mind being inky all of the time, but if you have lovely manicured, self-manicured nails like Debbie right now, you might not want to get so inky. So this is just literally putting dots down on the paper and spritzing them over. And the great thing is about that is that the sparkle went everywhere as well. Lots of you have commented about that on our Facebook and our YouTube as well, which is brilliant. Lots of you loving that demo. I mean, that's your reason to have these just straight away. If you needed one reason to have those, it's that last demo, isn't it? To do that background, which is incredible. Now, don't forget, we've got a very, very small number of these unmounted, beautiful rubber stamps in stock as well. We are very, very limited on these as well. So the number is, it's a tiny number. If I told you the total stock, you would run straight to check them out because they are brilliant. This is Magical Christmas and this is your 4-piece. So these are lovely. You've got Christmas Wonderland, which is, oh no, I've done these backwards, haven't I? Sorry, there's Christmas Wonderland. There's Christmas Wonderland with that lovely big corner as well, which is really, really lovely. And you've got the little fairy going on there, and there are some baubles down there as well, Christmas ornaments. Then you've got Erin, our producer, every time I say bauble, she repeats it in my ear. It's just because you like the pronunciation. Baubles! And then next we've got Holly Grove, which is this one, which I love because there's lots going on there. Oh look, there's lots of little mushroom houses going on in the bottom of that. I don't know if you can see the detail there. Yes, I live in one of those. Very, very nice indeed. And the little elf here has got his present going on. Yeah, like that. Very good indeed. You get all of these, by the way. So there's me lingering on one, and you get all of them in this set for £14.50. There is the one that we call Snowflake Kisses. So lots of different snowflakes. There's some sentiment on there and the big Noel. And you cut these all out, by the way. They're unmounted rubber stamps, so perfect with your stamping platforms. And then you've got your Magical Christmas, which is your mistletoe going on there. That's the little elf with his heavy... sack full of presents, and then this elf is I think giving a bowling ball as a present. Either that or he's decorating the Christmas tree and he's got a big bauble. And someone asked in the comments, is there a storage bag for the glitter markers like there is for the tricolour aqua markers? There isn't, but we have the answer because we have got the Spectrum Noir pen trays, and we're doing this on a buy one get one free today. I say you buy one, you get one free. You do. At $19.99, normally you would get just one pack of these, which would give you enough for 72 pens. Kept that number in my head for a whole day. But because it's buy one get one free, you've got capacity now for 144. All of your markers will fit in there as well. So be it the brand new glitter markers, tri-blends, tri-blend brush markers, aqua markers, have I missed any? Illustrators, they'll all go in there. They are brilliant, they really are, and they're buy one get one free. So you've got capacity there for 144 pens, which is lovely at $19.99 or $24.95. Back to our glitter markers. They are the star of the show. They are the launch of the day here at Crafters TV, and they are awesome. They are awesome in so much as you can get all the detail. That's what these are all about. They're all about bringing out the detail. And can you see how even that fabulous glitter is all the way through every one of those 18 colours? And really different. You know when you go and buy glitter pens, let's say, anywhere, they're always standard colours, aren't they? There's a gold, there's a silver, there's a copper. Yeah, but what about blue? What about red? What about green? What about bright pink? It's all in this collection, and this is the entire collection as well. First time around, £32, $48. Right, okay, Debbie, I can see you having a good old guillotine there. What are we up to this time?
Well, I was going to do, I will do a technique afterwards. I'm just thinking, I'm thinking, Derek, I'm thinking ahead because I've got so much to show you. But there's lots of things you can do with these. I thought what we'd do is we'd take one of those with the stamps and do a little bit more colouring and showing you I can achieve some different looks with these pens too. So I'm going to use this beautiful friend. I love her. I think she's gorgeous. This beautiful mermaid. She's absolutely fabulous. So beautiful, she wasn't even there. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our stamping mat and our platform again, pop that on. I had to have a little sniff, just a little sniff while I'm at it. Again, all you're going to do is take your, and again, it depends on the colouring medium that you are using. So don't forget, we are using a water-based product, so we need to use a waterproof dye. It's not like teaching, what's that word, when you're teaching to suck eggs?
Teach Granny to suck eggs.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's just so that you get used to it, because I know a lot of people get a little bit confused sometimes with this, but I just wanted to just make sure you are aware that that's the colour, that's the medium that you need when you're using the
Debbie,
glitter pens.
Why would anyone want to suck an egg anyway?
Well, no, I know it's a little bit weird.
It's a funny old saying.
It is a funny old saying.
I wonder what the origin of that is. Because whoever sucked an egg, especially if it was hard boiled, that'd be really hard, wouldn't it?
It would. Now, Derek, I'm going to have to turn it over and do it the other side because I haven't got enough pressure down. I'm struggling with one of my hands today. I've not fetched my... I usually have a little thing for my hand to help. A support, yes. And I haven't got it on me today, but I think I need it. Or I could do with Leanne's step. because
Are you a little bit low?
this ridiculous counter. Can we just point out, me and Leanne are little.
Soapbox.
We're not Jan size or Sarah size, where we're really tall, and Craig's quite tall as well. Me and Leanne are little short bottoms, we are. So we need something to get above to be able to put some pressure on.
When she says short bottoms, she's cleaned that up for daytime.
Yes, I have.
It's a different phrase
Yes,
we
I
use
have.
in the UK.
Exactly, yes. I'm not going to say what it
No,
is.
don't say that. Honestly,
No.
you've said enough already.
No, so
All
but
this pumping going
I
on.
can't get me welly behind it. So do you know, like, to get behind there, it's perfect though. Do you know what I could have used? My magnetic stamping platform.
You could,
I
yeah,
could
you
have
could,
used
yeah.
that, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely could. Do you know, there's a lot of giggling.
But
going
it's
on
good.
in that
But it's
background,
good. I mean,
isn't there?
we featured on the show the stamping mat today, just to remind you that it's back in stock because it's been out of stock for a good while.
Yes, absolutely, and it absolutely is fantastic to use for stamping. It's like you said, Derek. It absorbs the the stamping pressure when you're popping it out. I haven't. I mean, a lot of people know that I do suffer with carpal tunnel, and I've got a problem with my wrist, so I do have to wear a support now and again. So sometimes to get that crisp, clear stamp can be you've got to have a good. Got to be over. I would be stood up at home, as in over my craft table, which is considerably lower. Not that I'm that small, but it's a bit lower than it would be. Sorry, Derek, I'm digressing there. But you know what I mean. Right,
I've dug you out once.
let's shake it back. Let's take it. Let's do a bit of colouring with these gorgeous markers.
That'll calm,
The star of the show.
things down.
It will calm me down.
Yes.
It really will as well. So again, we don't have to prime the pen. The pen's already primed. But what you can do, because you're probably thinking, why are you going to be colouring the skin of the mermaid in with neon orange? Because we haven't got a skin tone in there. If you've noticed, we've got lots of pinks, a bit too bright. But what you can do, Derek, is give it a little bit of a shaking action to shake up that vibrant dye-based ink with that immense glitter in there, that fine glitter. Just pop a little bit down on, and I said a little bit down. Get your glitter pen or a water brush pen, and we can water it down, and we can dilute her. So we can give her a little bit of a what's the tone I'm looking for? A peach tone. Is that the right word for a skin tone?
I have no idea.
Peach?
Yeah, peachy.
Yeah, peachy.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Absolutely. And now look, that's the neon orange, but does that look neon orange now?
No, not at all.
No, and that's the beauty of these pens. So you can diffuse that colour and give it, look at, she look amazing. Well, absolutely, do you know, I love her now. She looks fabulous. I absolutely love these. And that was with a teeny weeny little bit of ink on my glass mat. Took my pen, and again we could use a water brush to do that effect as well. This is one of our Spectrum Noir water brushes, and I think it comes back a 3 or something like that, or 2. I can't remember which one. But all I've done then is just drag that colour out, and you can see now she's got that gorgeous glow to her, but not losing any of her sparkle either, Derek.
I was just thinking as well, and this is where the sparkle pens will come into their own as well. If you want to colour the eyes of a person, an animal, or whatever it might be, with a brush, really difficult to get that detail, isn't it? Because you only have to splodge just a little bit and you've gone over and you've ruined the effect that you want to create. But to have a little sparkle and to have the colour in the eyes of, it could be a bird, a person, or whatever it might be, just going to give that extra little glint, isn't it?
Absolutely. And then we're going to go back in with this colouring now. Each time I've used them, because I haven't used them for a little while, I'm just giving it a little bit of a shade. But can you see the fine detail on these images? Do you know, we did, what was that beautiful range of fairy stamps that we did? What? Molly Harrison.
Yes.
The Molly Harrison stamps are crying out to be used with these glitter pens, the glitter markers, because of that fine detail, which normally with a brush you would really, really struggle with, but not anymore, Derek. We've got this fine bullet nib that means you can now get into all those areas and really, really get your colour down without losing any of that beautiful sparkle from the glitter.
And the thing is, the other thing, Debbie, as well, is I'm quite surprised just how, to use one of your words, just how chunky the pens are.
Yes,
that means
lovely
there's a
to
lot
hold.
in them.
Yep, a lot of vibrant ink in there, that beautiful dye-based ink, a lot of glitter in there, and these pens are going to last you a long time. They really, really are. They're going to last you a very long time. I love them.
Because quite often when you buy glittery pens, and I've been to like high street stores where you can buy fine liners that say that they're like a gel pen kind of thing.
I know exactly that.
But you look at them and you think, well, that's not going to go very far, is it? And you can watch the level go down and down and down really, really quickly.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know, I've seen the pens that you're talking about, Derek, because I was tempted to buy them the other week. And then someone told me about this launch. I thought, Angiro, says Debbie, hang fire.
But also, they're on like a roller system, aren't they?
They are, yes.
And they get blocked, or sometimes you get a great big blob spits out at once.
Yep, you're not going to do with these. These have got this beautiful. I mean, look at her hair. Look how I'm getting real fiery colours here, Derek. She's a fiery one. This one.
She is.
But isn't she beautiful? She is absolutely gorgeous. These stamps they've been specifically designed, actually. These stamps with these markers in mind have been specifically designed to work alongside. Perfect for learning your colouring if you've never, if you've not done this before, if you've ever used these before. These are absolutely spot on to be using these.
Debbie, you know the skin tone one. Gwen missed the name of the colour that you used.
I used it was the neon orange, which people would think you're kidding me. Neon orange, whereas I've used the neon orange here. Can you see the neon orange there? But by watering it down by our water brush or our clear overlay, I've created a skin tone. And honestly,
can you because you've got quite a spectrum of colours, pardon the pun.
Yeah.
But can you blend those as well? You know, you put a little bit down on the glass mat. Could you put two colours together and make a third?
Let's get a bit of scrap paper, Derek. Let's pop a little. Let's get a little bit of scrap paper. Because I
wonder if you did fiery red and neon orange together, would that give you?
Well, what colours?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll tell you what. Cosmos yellow Cosmos, and Frozen Lake. So we'll pop a little bit down onto the mat.
Yeah.
We'll pop a little bit of that down on there. We'll take our. I'll take my clear overlay, and I'll mix that up. And there you go,
really
you're
did.
absolutely right. Yeah, you can. You could mix those two together. And if you go directly onto your cardstock, so I'm using a water-based product again.
Yeah.
Sorry, water-based pen, sorry. Oh gosh, those colours. Every time I look at them, Derek, they're like,
vibrant.
They really are vibrant. But yeah, you could give them a little mix-up as well,
hello.
Absolutely. Now, I would probably, if I was doing that, I would do it, I would probably do this mix, where you get that mix better.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely you can do.
Brilliant.
And also you can do that fine line detail. So we've got this beautiful because you've got, look, if we just do all that dotty feature, we can start to mix these up, mix all the colours up. So let's do a little bit down here. Let's do some. In fact,
do you know what? I've just had another idea.
Yeah.
And you're probably about to do this, so I'm probably foreseeing what you're about to do. But you know the technique you did before to make the background by doing the dotting and then the spritzing. So when you finish colouring in the mermaid, you could then use the gum, couldn't you?
Well, that's a good thing. Do you know what I would do if that was the question? So I'm so glad you brought that up. Actually, do you know what I would have done? Is I would have stamped the image. I would have brought in my drawing gum. I would have taken my small brush and gone all the way around her and covered her with drawing gum and let her dry.
Okay.
Then do that background.
Yeah.
Then when that background's dry, rub off the gum and then colour her in.
Oh yeah, of course, because actually the gum otherwise might draw out the ink back out of what you've just coloured in so beautifully. So you do it the other way round. So you'd colour in the mermaid with the gum first, do your background like you did in the previous demo.
Absolutely. That's
and then rub the gum out.
Absolutely spot on that, Derek. Yeah, definitely. So you're getting all excited now, aren't you?
This is why you've got to get some of these stamps as well. If you're getting the new glitter markers, because to be honest, we're all going to write our names. We're all going to write Christmas cards. We're all going to write the front of envelopes with these new glitter markers. We're all going to write in our journals and our diaries with them because they're a fun pen to use as well. But actually, you've got to have some stamped images like this that you can cut out and you can use in toppers for your cards. You can use them as decorations. Think about as well, and I'm going to, just in all seriousness, I'm just going to say to you, think about, just because it's a funny old year this year, think about making decorations as well that You know, when we've taken, I know in the US we've got Thanksgiving coming up first next week, and then we'll go full on Christmas, whereas here in the UK some people are going Christmas already a little bit too early, got the tree up and the decorations already.
Craig.
Yeah, me as well, yeah.
Oh,
Craig
yes.
as well. Craig's full on Christmas. But think about after Christmas and after New Year and after 12th night or whatever it is, where you take the Christmas tree down, where you take the decorations down, all the Christmas cards go away. Think about what you might replace in terms of decoration, because sometimes the house can feel very...
There.
Yes, a bit kind of like, oh, empty. It's that time of the year where it's still darker months, but we've had all the colour and the vivacity of Christmas and whatever. But think about making some lovely decorations. It might even be something like this that you do, something like Debbie's doing here, and you put it in a frame, and that comes out in January just to brighten things back up again, even though we're in the darker months of the year. I think that's a really, really good idea, actually.
I love that idea, Derek. That's a fabulous idea.
Well, you always think about it, don't you? You have that day where you take the tree down, all the lights come down, or, you know, all of the colourful lights and everything else, and then you look at your house and you think, oh, it's all a bit glum.
That depressing feel, isn't it?
It's all a bit glum, isn't it?
It is a little bit,
This is a great way to sort of prepare for that, isn't it? Put some colour back in.
It is, and I'm just adding colour into this, Derek. I've done a bit of colouring around here and then used my clear overlay pen just to drag a bit of the colour out, but I'm just doing a little bit of a dotty feature all the way around there, and that just adds a little bit of extra feature. It's another way of colouring. Now, again, I could carry on. Oh, look at me, I'm such a messy crafter. What am I like? Oh, do you know, I'm bringing old sayings out today, aren't I? I've actually smudged it. Never mind, Derek, never mind. I'm going to show you another way that you can do this. Take your pen and pop your pen onto here again. Little couple of pump actions to get a little bit more out there. Let me see if I can bring it in a bit closer, because I've realised I'm out of view. But you can take your bigger brush. You can take your water, so I've got a bit of water here, and you can go in, have just a damp brush though, pick that up, and then you can create your own little background wash in the background as well. So let me just go back over there. Again, oh Debbie, pick that up a little.
Just a quick thing, because I've just had a note from Loretta on YouTube, just asking about the size of the stamp. So I'm just looking at actually let's look at the one that you're doing right now. I think they're all pretty much the same size anyway, but size-wise we are looking at 4.1 inches by 5.8 inches, which is 10.4 centimetres by 14.7 centimetres. So I think Loretta was asking about what size card that image might go on to, Debbie.
Oh, the stamp?
Yeah.
Right, the stamp. So this piece of cardstock is a 4x6.
Okay.
So
cool.
you can see that that's quite filling that out.
She says it looks close. It looks big. It may just be because we're zoomed in, because obviously we're demonstrating the glitter marker, so we're zoomed in a little bit more. So it might just look a little bit bigger than in reality it is.
Absolutely. Now again, I've just taken this and again gone straight on there with my water brush. So there's two ways you can do it. You can pop it onto your mat and pick it up with your brush, and it just gives a nice little underwater feature there going off. But use them, but you're not going to lose any of that beautiful sparkle. Now I'm going to bring in the finished one, but you can see, and you let that dry. I mean, I've only done half of the image, but I'm going to bring in the one that I did earlier to complete that. And you can see, pop it there. Oh dear, what's going off here? There we are. Let me move across that way. One of these days, Debbie, one of these days.
Oh.
But can you see that beautiful shimmer?
Look at that.
And that's just by finishing off. So I've just carried that detail on the way around to the bottom. And then a fin. Oh, actually, let's just show you that fin. Let's just show you that fin. Where have I gone? Where have I gone? There she is. Let's just bring in that beautiful pink and that beautiful purple.
See,
yeah, I've got the two here.
You stick that in a frame in the bathroom in January, and it's just going to bring a little bit of cheer, a little bit of something new.
It really is, because it's such a colourful image. So I'm going to pop a little bit of this pink down, and then I'm going to put some of the purple in, and then I'm going to bring them up together, and I'll use my clear overlay brush to drag that out. Now you obviously could take your time with this and not rush it like I'm doing, but bring them both down together and mingle them up, and you can blend the two. So can you see that now? How beautiful that is with that beautiful blending. And that's just by adding that extra detail going in all the way around. So I've just used my clear overlay pen for that. I'm just dragging that colour down. And you can see now you've got the mix of the purple and that beautiful pink. And that one was the, if you're wondering what colours, the electric pink and the beautiful ultraviolet as well. So you can see the kind of effects. And that's all I did with that one, Derek. I was exactly the same, just popped a little bit of colour on. But when you let it dry, you can see that beautiful, can you see there, that beautiful shimmer and sparkle?
See,
They're
it looks
just glorious.
To me, it still looks like a little bit like enameling that has been lacquered on top. I mean, that's the quality of the finish, but as you can see from Debbie there, you've still got that flexibility to it as well. I just love these. I was determined not to add these to my collection. I'm going to be honest with you. I was determined not to do it. I don't even know why, really, to be honest. I just thought, you know, when you think, oh, I do like sparkly things, do like glittery things, but I'm not sure I've got enough to be getting on with at the moment. And then the more I see the demonstrations, the more I think, oh.
Absolutely. Now look, that's what would happen when you finish your card off. Frame it up in whatever kind of style you want, but you've got that beautiful, beautiful glitter, that beautiful sparkle. They're just sensational. They really are sensational. Who doesn't need a bit of sparkle in their lives? Hands up. I need some. Have you got your hands up? That's what I want to know. Let me have a little look while I get reset. I can see you, Derek.
Yeah.
I saw you. You had your hand up then.
It's got to be done.
Absolutely.
There's going to be thousands of people who are watching right now with their hands up as well. Do you remember that song? Hands up, baby, hands up.
Absolutely.
Who was the group though?
Ottawa.
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 It's got an N on the end.
Ottawa.
Ottawa's a place.
I was close.
That was very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. What's the year though, Debbie?
Oh, at least 80, 81, 82.
Well, I think it might be earlier than that, you know.
No.
We'll look. We'll come back. We'll leave that as a cliffhanger in the air. In the meantime, oh, we're excited. We need to get out more often, I think, don't we? Too long inside crafting, I think it is. Right, okay, so let's look at your stamp collection, which is really, really good. Now, you can buy the stamps individually, which you can absolutely, you're welcome to do, but the best value is in the bundle where you get 6 for the price of 4, which is brilliant. So you pay for just 4 of them and get the other 2 free. So here they are. Believe in Magic, which is the unicorn. That's the most popular on its own as well, individually. They are big, big stamps as well, by the way. These stamps are just over 4 inches by just under 6 inches as well, which is really, really good. Then we've got Make-A-Wish, which is the lovely toadstools there. It's got the lovely dandelion clocks, and as you can see, it's also got the 2 sentiments there as well, which is really, really cool, which is Make-A-Wish and a little magic can take you a long way, which is lovely. You've got a little fairy dust there. I love the fact that you've got just that little bit of difference going on as well, because you've got those choices of the sentiments as well as the main image, which is really, really cool. Then we have Beautiful Friend, which is the mermaid that Debbie was just colouring there with the new glitter markers. Then you have You Are Amazing. That's little old me sat under my that's a flower, isn't it? It's a big flower, isn't it? Or it's a small me, I'm not quite sure, probably both. And then you've got Once Upon a Time. And that does look like the cover for a storybook, doesn't it? Once upon a time, they opened the purple door. And what did they find? Who knows? That's to be continued. In the meantime, this is a little pot of genius, let me tell you. Absolute genius. This is called drawing gum. Now, I hadn't heard of this until a couple of weeks ago, and Sarah did a demo on a show, and it's absolutely the most genius product because you use it as a mask, basically. So, for instance, when Debbie was doing the mermaid there before, what you could do is you could draw this drawing gum, and in fact, I don't know whether I'll be able to show you without pouring it all over the place.
Do you want to see it in action?
Oh, yes, I would love to. I was going to try and show you the consistency of it. It's kind of like a light blue paint kind of consistency, like single cream.
It is. It is indeed. So what I'm going to do is, Derek, I've just stamped using one of those toadstool stamps. What a great price they are on today on the show.
Yeah.
But all you're going to do is you're going to take a brush and you're going to dip it inside and then you're going to paint over the image, right? Okay. So that's all you're going to do, Derek. And this acts as, like you said and pointed out, it acts as a mask. So it means that we can do those techniques. Now I'm going to speed this up a little bit. So I'm going to just pop that on. And I think what we'll do is...
So you don't need a lot, Debbie, then? No?
No, not at all. And I'm just using a thin brush.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go in there and then just paint over that image. But it means now you're going to be able to create a mask so that you can do your backgrounds. Now, I'm going to show you that background technique again because I know everybody really enjoyed that
awesome.
one. So I'm just going to colour this image in. I'm going to let it dry because there's a couple of other things I want to show you in the meantime as well. But what we'll do is we'll pop all this down and then we'll let it dry, because what happens is it will dry like a coating over it. That's why they call it drawing gum. Let's just make sure I've got that covered. Yeah, I've got all that image covered.
Quick question from Christine, Debbie.
Yeah.
Can the pens be used on MDF figures?
Absolutely they can. Do you know, I was hoping, I was trying to ask Tracy to go and find me one of those lovely dreamy ones that I had on the other day, because I was a dreamy show. And I wanted to show you exactly what you could do with them. You can colour your ribbon.
We'll get one.
You can colour ribbon, you can colour buttons, you can colour your pearls. Oh, I need to get some pearls. Tracy!
What?
Tracy, pearls!
Pearls. Tracy!
Pearls. Yeah. Oh, Tracy should be sick of hearing me and you today.
Pearls and wooden dreamy things, please.
Now, I'm going to let that dry. Look at her looking at me, bless her. She snuck in. What she said, because she wasn't here for the Dreamy Show, you see, Derek. She wasn't here for the Dreamy Show. So, do you know the Dreamies that I had on the other day? The MDF. Have we not got any... Just let me down.
Have you got anything MDF, Trace?
Have we got any pearls? Any Diamante pearls, something like that? Ribbon?
She'll
and
find
I'll show you. Fabulous.
If anyone can, Tracy can, yeah.
Exactly.
She'll find something.
Now I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes, and it only takes a few minutes, Derek. So that's the image all coloured in. I'm just going to push that to one side and then we'll come back and use it. What I am going to tell you is, though, get it in too, because this is like a sticky gum. So you don't want to make your brush go really hard. You want it to be nice and, what's that word again? Loose. Is that the right word? So,
loose?
I'm trying to fluid.
Where are you looking for a word
where
for?
you're not ruining your brush. So you make sure you give it a good clean.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of these words today. But just give it a nice clean brush. That gets all the gum off there, because if you let the gum dry on your brush, you'll end up with one.
Oh, solid.
That goes solid.
Yeah.
So don't do what Debbie did.
No.
Make sure you get it into some water, give it a good dry, and that will make sure you're not going to spoil your brush. I'm keeping that brush for stippling.
I suspect, Debbie, that's probably not the first brush you've done that with.
No, not at all.
Shall I show you very, very quickly, because Trace has just arrived with everything you need. Here are the brand new glitter markers. They're incredible. Actually, if I just show you the packaging there as well, you can see the breadth of the colours that you've actually got. And this is the entire collection as well, by the way. So all 18 of the markers is everything you need. Now, they are completely different, of course, to your sparkle pens, because they have a brush nib. As you can see from these have got a bullet nib. So again, they've got the ball bearing inside, so you will shake to wake, and then you will just prime by... like you do with a lot of markers, by pressing them down and letting the ink and sparkle run into the tip. But you don't get blocking with these, you get a nice even sparkle, and it's a really fine sparkle as well, almost like it was like the finest sort of holographic sort of embossing powder that you put inside your ink. It's incredible. It really, really is. I love it, love it, love it. So there are all 18 of your colours there. £32, $48 on that one, which is really, really good. Sorry, we need to get so much better at lip reading between us, because actually when you're looking at me, Debbie is doing actions to our producer to try and say things, and it's the same the other way around, and we've just been rubbish at it today, I have to tell you. We've been rubbish. Anyway, so Debbie,
yes,
back to you. Now, I believe, are you going to adopt one of my little ideas now, I think, are you?
I am indeed, because earlier I did have some black cards, so let me just bring this in. I think I've got a... I think I've got an eyelash.
Have you got an eyelash in your
my
eye?
and
Oh,
it's
no.
starting to affect my eye.
Oh,
so my
no.
vision's going a little bit. So I'm going to have to try and poke that out in a moment. But I just wanted to show you black cardstock. So black cardstock, I'm going to take one of the neon colours and I'm just going to use that orange. Now at the moment, oh look at me, I'm signing again. I'm not signing it as bad. At the moment, it's quite difficult to pick that up. However, what you can do is you can enhance this. Now I've taken a pigment ink. We've got a white pigment ink, pure white pigment ink. Go and check the website, see if it's on there. And I'm just stamping up one of those images again, Derek. So again, nice coverage of the white ink over that stamp. And that is a nice coverage. Now you've got to remember a pigment ink is a sticky ink that stays open. It doesn't dry quickly. So you're going to have to let this dry. But when you lift that off, you've got that lovely white image. Now I'm just going to give that a little quick touch of the heat gun just to dry that off for a second, Derek. Let's give that a nice little covering. But this is perfect. Oh, look, that's practically dried instantly. Fabulous. That's all I need to do. Now what I'm going to do now, Derek, is take my colours. Let's go, well, shall we go yellow? What colour shall we have him?
I don't know. I'm still obsessed with what's in the sack because I've got a lot of things on my list this year, and I hope it's in there.
What would be in my sack? Let's have a think. Ooh, I'm trying to think what I'd have in my sack.
What's the big kiddies toy this year, Debbie? Because you know every year there's like a must-have toy, isn't there?
Well, in our house, because obviously my little granddaughter still lives with me for now.
Yeah.
Is Bing. She's Bing obsessed. Oh no, Bing. And Paw Patrol. She's just discovered Paw Patrol.
Bing? What's
so it's
Bing?
Paw Patrol. Bing is Bing Bunny. He's a bunny.
Oh, okay, right.
He's a moaning bunny.
Does it do anything?
He moans a lot, and he's got a little bunny, I say flop. I think it's a bunny that looks after him. Oh, you'd have to watch
Does
it
speak?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a second. No, I'm talking about the toy. So it's a program, is it?
It's a program, but there's lots of Bing teddy bears. Same with Paw Patrol. There's lots on there as well, Derek.
Right.
So yeah, that's the big thing. Now look, let me see if I can go in close where you can see. Can you see now by using that white stamp, you're able to colour on?
You need to give him some clothes now, Debbie. He does look a little bit. He does look a little bit like he's streaking. Just give him a pair of shorts or something.
I never even thought. Oh, I do apologise. He looked a bit rude there, didn't he, dangling all his bits there?
He looked like he nipped out in the middle of the night, couldn't find his trousers.
His clothes.
Yeah. He was just sneaking around looking for something.
Shall we give him a purple one? Let's give him an ultraviolet top. Is a right mixture of an else.
Shall we give him a purple one?
Let's give him a purple one. Let's give him a purple jacket.
So such a good idea when I had it earlier.
Oh, Derek, you crack me up.
Oh, I love it.
But what it's done is meant that I've been able to colour onto that on that black, Derek, and lift off my image. Now, can you see him a little bit better now? In fact, shall we go in with that?
That's stunning.
We'll go in with that neon pink for his face. I mean, obviously, this is a silhouette stamp, but it's just showing you what you can do with it and how it enhances these colours onto some black cardstock. Now, please excuse his multicoloured... I don't want anybody laughing at me multicoloured things here, but it's just to show you, again, what you can do with these pens, and they are fabulous. They really, really are. You've got all that gorgeous glitter in there.
You've still got your mermaids in your head, haven't you? So you've given them a mermaid variegated sack.
But can you see how you've been able to lift it off black
That's
cardstock?
so cool.
And the Debbie that I did write on earlier, you can actually see there now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
But you can, depending on the colour that you use. So it's just another way that you can use these, Derek. So yes, absolutely fabulous idea. Now then, I think I might be dry. So I'm going to have a little test, Derek.
Oh, have you gum?
I think my gum might be dry. If not, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. So can you just give me a minute?
Oh, yes, I can actually.
Thank
Yes,
you
I can. Because I've got a couple of things to tell you about. First of all, the stamping platforms with the stamping mat, which I think is absolutely brilliant. So we've got the 6x6 stamping platform and the 4x4 and a stamping mat, all of that for £20 or $27, which is awesome value for money. And again, please don't do what I'm doing right now. If you're getting a stamping platform, there's no point in having nothing underneath your work, because you will just skate across your table. If you do what I do at home and I have a glass mat and a platform like that, you will lose accuracy. Your stamps won't print, and you'll blame the stamps because you'll say, oh, it must be the stamp must be bad. No, it's the surface that you're working on. So get yourself a stamping mat like this, so that will absorb the pressure and give you a nice even stamp, but at the same time it keeps the platform absolutely still at the same time. That's the secret to this working together. And you can see it's got little increments on it. It's got little inch increments and centimetre increments on them as well. But to have the smaller one, so the 4x4 and the 6x6, remember we do a larger one as well if you want to search it out on the website. The 8x8 with the magnetic base as well, with the magnets if you want to increase that accuracy. But sometimes it's just nice to have a smaller one around because you've got a smaller stamp to work with as well. So all of that, £20 or $27. And we've got your watercolour cardstock as well. This is really, really good. Now it's watercolour cardstock, which is 300 GSM, but it's in a pad. It's in a professional pad. It's like when you go to the big stationery stores, quite often for a single watercolour pad, you might pay 17, 18, 19 pounds or more. You're getting two pads here for either £14.98 or $22.42 in dollars, and this is 300 GSM watercolor card, which is incredible. And you can just literally, as you need to, you can just take the pages off, so you're not wasting any, and you haven't got any kind of marks there at the top at all, which is brilliant. So 40 sheets of that watercolor card, which is 300 GSM for just £14.98 or $22.42. Right, okay, so back to the toadstools, Debbie. The story continues.
The story does continue, and just remind me, Derek, in a minute, I need to show some samples.
Samples, we still haven't done it, have we?
I need to show some samples.
Yes, we will.
Do not let me forget. After I've done this and cleaned up, we're going to show some samples.
Right.
Because the design team have worked really hard. Now, going back to that toadstool and drawing gum, the drawing gum's all dried. I had to get a little bit of a helping hand there. But now, do you know, creating that background that I did pretty much at the beginning, exactly what you can do. Now, it's not the same as the ink pot, so don't be wetting your cardstock through. All you need to do, and give it a good shake. Now, I've chosen some quite strong colours here. Yeah. But give them a good little shake before you start to use them. Remember the pumping action and just a few little dots down there.
Debbie, just a quick one before you, well, while you're getting started with that. Gwen says, one thing I noticed with these pens, it's showing the pen marks. Am I pressing too hard?
Probably, or the cardstock might be wrong. Are you using watercolour cardstock? Okay, can we ask that question? Ask Gwen.
We'll ask Gwen. Gwen, are you using watercolour card? Let us know, and we'll get back to you. How long have we got? We've got nearly half an hour anyway.
Got
so if
plenty
you get back
of time
to us, Gwen,
to,
let us know.
Absolutely plenty of time. Fabulous. So I'm using, the colours that I've used here are the Frozen Lake, the Ultraviolet. I've got Midnight Frost. I'm not sure what it's going to look like when it's done, Derek, but I'm hoping really quite nice. That
ultraviolet, by the way, is so crafter's companion colour.
Oh, absolutely.
It's untrue, but it's got a lovely silver sparkle within it as well. It's gorgeous.
It has. I'll pop a little bit of green going off down here, so we'll have a little bit of green. What else could we have? Now I'm just popping, you can see, just a couple of little dots on there. It doesn't dry quickly, so it's not going to be something that dries instantly, so you can't get this technique yourself. Yeah. I'll pop a little bit of neon green down on here as well.
Do you know what amazes me, Debbie? It's just like a little few dots here and there, and it's the fact that that will then complete you a full background, and you've used next to none of your resource.
Exactly, and look what happens. It looks like fireworks inside, doesn't it?
It's gorgeous.
Absolutely beautiful. And again, you could pop more down if you wanted on here, but what that's just showing you is that you can manoeuvre and spray that, and that's just using a bit of water and those dots. Now I'm going to let that, I'm going to not let it dry naturally, I'm going to dry it off again, Derek, just for a second, and then I'm going to show you what you do with your gum, okay?
Oh, you're gonna love this. You are gonna absolutely love it. And of course, using this method when you're driving, you can do exactly what Debbie's doing there. she's holding the card down by the part that's gummed, so she's not rubbing or smudging, or even if she's got inky fingers, it doesn't matter on top of the drawing gum, because that's not going to get in the way of this. I love this. We've all got to try this technique, haven't we?
Yes.
Promise me when you get these home, you've got to try this technique, because for so little to go so far, it's one of those bing light bulb moments. This is why. Because you think with a detail nib pen, you think, okay, well, I'm just going to do detail. No, look at how abstract that is. That's awesome.
It's a beautiful technique, gorgeous. But that's because it's a water-based product, Derek. It's water-based.
Yeah.
You've got that vibrant dye-based ink in there, all that glitter that's packed into that pen. And very minimal. I mean, it's like we said, we've already covered what it can do. Lettering, we've covered it can do your detailed colouring, you can do it for journaling and all those kind of things. But it also means, because it's water-based, that you can create these lovely backgrounds as well, Derek. And that's what I love about this. I'm just going to dab off the excess that I've got just around there, just to speed things up a little bit more. But do you know what? It's not lost any of the glitter, that lovely shimmering effect. And you can see now, let me just try it a little bit more, just see it middle, sorry. I'll come back to that in a minute, Derek.
Honestly, I just love this. I love how you can get lost in that scene, and hasn't it grounded the stamp as well completely? It's given that a completely different look, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
This is totally awesome. This is why I just love coming here, because something so simple, it means that we can all achieve it as well. It means you can get exactly the same results from something that is a professional product as well. It's not like you're going in with a marker doing this technique and then trying to add some sparkle to it. The sparkle is already built in, it's nice and even, and it stays there even when you dilute it to this degree. When Debbie does a bit of a shimmy, she's finished later, you'll see that look.
The sparkle
is still there.
The sparkle is still there. None of that sparkle has been diffused in any way, shape or form. What it means though with the drawing gum is now you just, when you've done this, you're just going to take it off, peel that back. It's like picking dry glue. Thank you, Erin. You helped me out there. Yeah, it's just like peeling back.
Debbie Robinson, you've just given us a window into your world there. It's like picking your...
I'm so sorry. I do apologise. I apologise. But you know what I'm saying. But look, take that off now, and that image hasn't got any of this background in it, which means now we can take to colouring it. We can go straight in. Where's my lovely red gone? The fiery red. Let's get that fiery red out, and then you can start to colour over the top, Derek, quite easily, and you've lost none of that background. So I promise, honestly, if you're going to get these today and you haven't got any drawing gum, please get some drawing gum, and I promise you these are the kind of results that you're going to be able to achieve with it. And again, it's like I said, you can make your backgrounds with these, or if you want to save these for your colouring, get your inks out and things like that as well, and do those background techniques. But I'm just showing you the versatility of these pens. They're absolutely beautiful.
Well, it's something that comes to mind right now, and those of you who've been crafting a little bit longer will know this. Quite often companies will sell and retail masks for stenciling kind of techniques. And you can pay an awful lot for one mask that does one thing, and you'll probably use it once. The drawing gum gives you, and it's just this little pot here, which is awesome, which goes so far because you only need tiny bit on the end of a tiny brush, so you can do as much detail as you like. But that gives you like the power of what? 1,000 masks? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's 1,000. I can't put an exact number on it, but you know what I mean. Rather than buying one mask that does one thing, you make your own custom masks as many times as you like with something like this, and it's so satisfying. I've not yet had the pleasure of doing the whole rubbing it off kind of thing, but that's the satisfaction in using that as well, isn't it?
It is
amazing.
Sorry, Derek. I'm doing
you
a
off?
Sarah. I've gone into a bit of a colouring coma. I have. It's so easy to do when you're enjoying yourself, and these pens are absolutely beautiful. If you want to bring a bit more down, it's a couple of pumps to get that ink flowing through again, and then just pick that up. Don't forget as well, what also you can do is you can use these because they are water based, so it means you can put a little bit down. And then you can draw that out again. Let's go back in with that sparkle pen, but you can draw a bit of that colour down and create a different effect as well. So I'm using my sparkle pen for that. But you can see now the results that you're going to be able to get by using your water brushes or your let me think what else, sparkle clear overlay pen, a brush with some water, as simple as that, and you can create these results. Now I'm going to make sure this one's a bit more watered down so that you can see that what I'm talking about, Debbie.
Well, the other thing there as well, Debbie, is once you've done all of that and once all of that is completely dry, if you wanted to add a bit more dimension to your toadstools there, you could then emboss over all of that, couldn't you?
Yep. Absolutely. And don't forget, you can add back in as well. So when it's dry, you can go back in. So if you're not quite happy and you want to bring some more in, just pop a little bit more down on top. I would be taking more time, and just because I'm just trying to show you what I mean by that. But you can go back in and add that and just carry on washing that out and until you get that desired result that you want.
Are you preserving your highlight there, Debbie?
Oh, yes. Did you see that, darling? I did preserve my highlight. Absolutely.
Beautiful highlight, darling.
Absolutely. But you can. This is the beauty of these pens.
Yeah.
These are markers, and they're fabulous markers. But you can see where now you're going with that one. And again, rather than finishing it off, it's just to show you that technique that you can do. But like I said, you're losing none of the sparkle, and I don't know if you can pick that up. It's very difficult sometimes. There you go. You can see that sparkle. You can achieve those looks very, very easily. Now, Derek, I'm going to get ready to show some samples. Is that okay?
Yes, we mustn't forget. Do you know what? I want to go to that land that you just created with the toadstools. I want to go there. I think, you know what, where we've not really been able to do anything like a holiday or whatever this year. I think, nice day out there, I think would be wonderful.
Absolutely.
Don't you?
Absolutely,
Would
Derek.
be awesome.
I'm coming with you.
Yeah, sounds good, doesn't it? We could all do with a bit of that, couldn't we? Shall I show you through these stamps again, and then we'll see some samples? And don't let me forget to remind Debbie. Right, let's see the stamps first. Now, you can buy these individually, but the bundle that we've put together there gives you 6 for the price of 4, which is really, really good. I love, love, love these. So you've got the unicorn, which is Believe in Magic. Now, on its own individually, that's the most popular. It's in this bundle, which is fabulous. You also have Make-A-Wish. This is the one that Debbie was just working with there. She used the drawing gum. Don't forget to get some drawing gum as well if you want to do that same mix of techniques that Debbie did with that one. You've also got a little fairy dust, which is lovely. Now, imagine all the different colouring you can do there of the costume. And of course, with the glitter markers, what you can also do is that technique that Debbie did before, stamping these out in white on a black cardstock and then using the sparkle pens over them as well, which would be awesome. You've got Beautiful Friend, which is that lovely mermaid, which we did earlier. And again, when you do them with the glitter markers, you get that look of almost like an enameling that's been lacquered. It's beautiful. Then you've got this one, You Are Amazing, which is Little Me Under the Big Flower, which is just fabulous. And so I'd have sparkly trousers for that one. And then the last one is Once Upon a Time, which does look like the cover of a storybook that you really would love to read right now. Little fantasy storybook. Maybe that's what you need for Christmas, actually. Maybe that's what we need. Right, back to our marker collection then. Remember, this is the launch today. Really, really exciting. So many of you have gone for these as well. Lots of you ordered when they launched on HSN, but this is our Crafters TV launch today. So it's great to see them in action. And right, I'm reminding myself now to remind you, Debbie, it's sample time.
Absolutely. I just don't want to do the show without showing some of the samples. And again, I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but you've got this beautiful shimmer and sparkle. I mean, look how gorgeous that is. That's using that gorgeous mermaid. She's fabulous. It really is absolutely beautiful. We've got that love. Oh, I love this one. I absolutely adore this unicorn. And again, using all those beautiful pens in the background there to create that gorgeous rainbow mane. I mean, honestly, Derek, they're stunning. I've chosen one of each of the stamp sets on here so that you can get to see and how beautiful. Look at that sparkle, Derek. Look at that. Have you just by
stunning, isn't it?
Wiggling that around, you create that beautiful effect. Taking it into all sorts of card making. If you want to take it into card making, you can do so. We did a double Z fold earlier, but you've got that beautiful, gorgeous shimmer and sparkle. She matches my nails, look. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I love him. Derek, I can see you in this.
Oh,
I
lovely
really
outfit.
Can. Love the
They're my favourite jeans, those.
Now, there's not just those though, Derek. Can I show you other things that you can do with them as well? So, what about your stencils? You could use these over your stencils as well. Colour through your stencils with them. And I don't know if you can pick that up, but there's a beautiful shimmer and sparkle running all the way through these. What about if you're creative and you love, do you know what I'm thinking? These would be very Zentangling. These would be fabulous to Zentangle with. You're looking at me gone out, Derek.
Zentangle.
Have you never seen Zentangle?
No. Tell me.
It's a creation of lots of patterns and squiggles and doodles and creates some beautiful effects. One of my very good friends, Sandra, she's absolute queen at it. Our Jan loves Zentangling. We might have to ask her to share some makes, but it's absolutely beautiful. These are going to look gorgeous in this. So home decor pieces as well. I talked about those Molly Harrison stamps earlier, Derek, and look what I found. I found a Molly Harrison stamped image in there, but look at that beautiful shimmer and sparkle running all the way through these beautiful markers. The fine line detail that's in this stamp means that you can do that colouring straight into there. And if you're going to use your water, with it being the water-based markers, you could create your background as well. You could actually just pebble your drawing gum over that image, do the background, then take that off and then colour it in. Think of all the other pens that you have in your collection, other stamps, that you have in your collection. Simply just stamp an image, colour that in, and look how gorgeous that looks. Creating your background, so those silhouette stamps that we've got on the show, this is what you could be doing. Create a background, wash with it, and then just stamp over.
Look at the bee's wings on that. I mean, they really jumped out.
Ah, they are beautiful. Look. That's that gorgeous. And I think, if I'm right in thinking, that will possibly be it's the moonlit silver that's popped them out.
Yeah,
absolutely
that's cool,
beautiful.
isn't it?
And then if you just like doodling, you can do your own doodle card.
Yeah.
So you can make your own doodle, draw a few images and colour them in. Add a little sentiment and good to go. So there's so many ways that you can use these. These are a marker pen, a glitter marker pen, brand new today. Beautiful colours, absolutely beautiful colours. They're a dream to work with. They're a water-based product, so absolutely you can do that detailed colouring. You can do the lettering. You can do the images and different things that you can do, like the background wash that I did. These are so gorgeous to work with. Brand new colours as well. These aren't colours that are replicas of what we've already got in our Sparkle range. These are brand new colours. Every single one of them is not a repeat of. It's just like an extension to the family, like a little add-on to the family, like it's grown another little limb of these glitter markers. I don't know where I'm going with that one, Derek. I don't know where I'm going with that one. I do apologise.
Oh, she did it again. Do you know what I was just thinking, Debbie, as well? If you wanted to, if you are half decent, I think I have no artistic ability whatsoever, but I can draw letters. And I do quite like doing 3D letters. Now, I know you can get dies and alphabets and things like that, but I think sometimes you want to do it yourself, don't you? You want to, or maybe the kids want to do it as well. So maybe you do the outline and they draw in the detail. And I think this would be good for doing, is it called call out, Debbie, where you write a letter and then you do the 3D elements in a different colour, and that makes the letter kind of jump out a little bit. I think that's the phrase for it, I think. But I was just thinking, when you were seeing the lovely, in fact, let me show you the colours again. Wait, Debbie's reading the recipe. Is that you?
No, I've got all my colours lined up, Derek.
That's what I've just. Chip cookie recipe.
It's to remind. It's not. Do you know what it is? It's to remind me of the colours that I've used. Because when you do your prep, sometimes it's hard to remember the colours that you've used. So on each one of my prep little kits, whenever I'm working on a prep kit, and sometimes we do these prep kits as well a few weeks in advance. So it's just a refresher. So that's what it was. It was all my colours on there, reminded me how I did my skin, how I did my hair, how I did my dress, and it's those. It's little tips. We all do it. All of our demonstrators do it, because a little into a secret, I'm a little bit forgetful. So I can have done something yesterday, completely forgotten by the time I've woken up this morning. So I always make sure I've got a little piece of scrap paper in there with all my little details on there of reminding me what colours I've used. Actually, that's a good tip for anybody to use, actually.
Yeah, it is,
Write them down, write your colours down. So, because it's easy to watch us, but we might forget. So when I talked about how to do a skin tone, write it down on a piece of paper, pop it in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, do you know, when I first joined Crafters TV, a viewer gave me the very, very best advice and said, make sure that when you're making a card, that you write a recipe down of what you used and where the paper came from and things like that as well. Because if you love it, and you want to recreate it again, you can, and you can just say, it was that paper there which I keep down there, and it was that card that I used, and it was this colour marker, etc, etc, etc. It's a really, really good idea, actually. Take a little picture of the finished card and then write a recipe for it. It's brilliant. It's really, really good. And you might think, that's very long-winded, but how did recipe books ever come about? Exactly. Right, have a look at the colours, because here are all 18 of the colours of the brand new Spectrum Noir glitter markers. Remember, they have the fine nib to them as well. But what I want to show you as well, as I move that around, just shimmy that around, can you see how even the sparkle is through every single one of those colours as well? And bear in mind, this demonstration board would have been coloured in for some time ago, and it's still got that lovely shiny metallic sparkle to it, and it's not a glitter that is a big chunky glitter. It's not one that sheds and falls off. It's a very, very fine glitter which moves evenly through every single one of those colours. And you know, when you buy glittery pens, they're usually all following the same colour convention, aren't they? They're usually all silver, gold, copper. That's it, yeah, pretty much. Look at the vibrancy of the colours that you've got here. So if you're doing landscapes, you've got wonderful greens. You've got a lighter green, you've got a deeper green. If you're doing seas and aquas, you've got lots and lots of different blues and turquoises. You've got pinks for skin tones, you've got reds, you've got oranges, you've got yellows for sunshines. You've got lots going on there, and they're all glitter. They're all glitter with that fine tip as well, which I absolutely love, and you're loving these as well. £32, $48 is a launch introductory price for you, which I think is awesome. Now, you've been loving our stamps all the way through this show as well, and they are just absolutely brilliant. Now, I just need to let you know that apparently the pricing on the US website, so on crafterscompanion.com, is showing an incorrect price tag at the moment, so it's not showing $39.80. We are working to get that sorted out as quickly as we can. Remember, if you are logged in, the website will do your jiggery pokery with your Club Inspire discount along the way as well, but we will make sure before the orders go through that the prices are all corrected, so it's not showing that price at the moment on crafterscompanion.com. Apologies and thanks for letting us know. We're sorting it out. Let's go through this bundle then. There are 6 of these fabulous stamps in this bundle. You're only paying for 4, and that's a really, really good deal. So you get the unicorn, which is your Believe in Magic. You get the Make-A-Wish, which we just saw with Debbie using that wonderful gum method. Make sure you add some of your drawing gum to your order. You'll find it on the show. You've also got a little fairy dust, which is beautiful. Again, such a serene image. And you see even coloured those 2 different ways at the front of the packaging and there, just how different the accent can be. It's almost like you can be a fashion designer at the same time here, which I love. It puts the power in your hand. Then we've got Beautiful Friend, which is that lovely, lovely mermaid. And again, you can graduate the colours there because you can bring those colours down and keep the sparkle as you graduate through. You Are Amazing, which again is a very, very serene image, isn't it? It's very, very lovely. It looks lovely there. Doesn't look like 2020 sat under that flower at all, does it? Beautiful, a lovely escape. And then you've got Once Upon a Time, which I love. And the sentiment stamps on there, one says Once Upon a Time and one says I Believe in Fairies as well. £31.96, $39.80. Now you can buy those individually as well. Did you say it was the last minute? Oh, 6 minutes. I thought I just heard Erin say it was the last minute, Debbie, and I thought, no, it can't be already. What can you squeeze into less than 6 minutes then?
Well, I was just thinking, hang on a minute, what can I do? So I'm going to use one of these stamps again. And do you know, these stamps are absolutely beautiful. Really, really good. And do you know what I hadn't realised, Derek? And it was only because I saw a comment on Facebook.
Yeah.
These stamps have been designed by our very own Sharon Callis. And she said, let me just quote, do you know the beautiful, do you know that You Are Amazing?
Yeah.
She designed it with you in mind.
No.
She designed it with you in mind. That's what she just commented on there on that Facebook
that
post.
Is me. I'm going to have to do the pose,
Yeah,
aren't
so all these beautiful stamps, that's it, you need to do the pose, Derek. All these beautiful stamps have been designed by our Sharon. So Sharon, thank you very much, because they are exquisite stamps. Absolutely beautiful.
She's so talented.
She's a very, very talented lady. She really is. So these glitter markers, not only have you got Sharon's beautiful work, are going to work beautifully with these glitter markers. Now I'm going to go over that skin tone because somebody's asked me on Facebook again. So I've taken this beautiful stamp set here, and she really is gorgeous. This is a little fairy dust. Now there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can go in straight onto your cardstock. Now I'm using that neon orange again, but what you can do is you can go in with your water brush and you can drag that colour out. Oh, I've got a bit too much water on there. Let's just move that a little bit, Derek. Let me just see if I got less water in that one. What did I do with my clear over? It's here. Hey, Derek. My own personal preference is pop a couple of pumps onto that glass mat and then pick it up and then move that onto there and drag down that colour. And now you can see you've got that beautiful peach tone going through onto her legs. And we'll do that with the face as well. So again, a couple of little pieces, just a couple of little dots onto there. Pick it up with your brush, chosen brush, whether it be a water brush or personally myself, I do like the clear overlay, because of what you can achieve with the clear overlay is lots of glitter. Lots and lots of glitter on there. So again, I'm just going to pop that down, pop a little couple of pieces down. I don't know why I keep trying to put that lid on there, Derek. You could be telling me, Debs, what you're trying to do.
What are you trying to do, Debbie?
What are you trying to do, Debbie? What are you trying to do? So again, let's pop a little bit onto the mat, and I am literally taking a few little squiggles, but look how gorgeous that looks, and the skin tone that you're achieving just by using the neon orange, which you wouldn't think you'd be able to achieve that lovely peachy look, but you so can. And that's just by taking that colour, dragging that down, dragging that out, and then you can start to add, once they're dry, you can just pop in a little bit of accents around, just around a face, and then drag that out again, because this is watercolour cardstock that I'm using. So going between the two, I'm now creating a little bit of depth and dimension as well, Derek.
I love it.
Absolutely gorgeous. I love these, and I do love these stamps, Sharon. I'm going to have to tell you, I adore these stamps. I think they're absolutely fabulous. So again, let's just take that up, go into that area, and you can see now we've created
Debbie,
that beautiful skin tone.
We really do have the best people in the business working with us, whether it be our design team, product development, everything that goes on behind the scenes, our absolutely incredible design team that come up with the samples that we were looking at earlier as well. I mean, amazing talent, but none of that is really possible unless the product is lickety split to start with. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be the best in class. Yes, you can go and you can buy more value materials elsewhere, But you know what? You'll end up buying them twice or three times over because the quality hasn't necessarily been there, especially with our ink products as well. I mean, our ink products are completely and utterly, scrupulously tested and developed. It's not just, oh, right, okay, well, what should we do now? Okay, we'll just put that together with that together and that'll do. That'll be fine because people have an expectation. The thing is, we up our game every single time. You know, I mean, I don't know how our team managed to keep doing it because every time something new comes along, Debbie, you just think, oh, I really shouldn't, but I've kind of got to have that. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now, I'm just going to add a little bit of colour down onto here, and I'll show you again. Just by dragging it out, you can. It's almost like diluting it, but take your aqua pen, take your clear overlay pen, and drag that colour out. Don't forget, though, you can also mix your colours. So I've got a bit of neon pink on here as well. Pop a little bit of neon pink. And I'm just popping a little bit down, Derek. I'm not even colouring it. I could be detail colouring if I want. And I'll show you the finished one when I've just done this, just to show you.
All right,
if you take that on, or like I said, take your water brush, get your water brush, and you can manoeuvre that around just by literally dragging the colour through. Now carry that on, Derek, and when you've done background techniques, added your stamp on, colour your image in, and then you've got this gorgeous beautiful image all coloured in. You can see though we've lost none of that sparkle, none of that glitter. You can see all that image. Just do a little dots, a few round there as well, but how fabulous she is. And then when she's all made up, she looks like this when she's into a card. Absolutely
and
beautiful.
Debbie, that now looks like you've custom foiled.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
It does.
That's what it looks like.
Absolutely.
It's incredible.
And you know, if you're not happy with your result, Derek, just go back in.
Yeah.
Go back in, add the extra until you get that desired look. These are a fabulous addition to our Spectrum Noir range. Beautiful glitter markers. Fantastic. I love them. I hope you love yours too.
Debbie, we love you as well. It's been a dream day today, hasn't it? Completely and utterly. And you are back tomorrow?
I am indeed. After our Craig's the warm-up act. I've been watching him like, you cheeky devil. He's got a fabulous launch, let me tell you. He's got a fabulous launch.
Yes.
You've got to join him tomorrow at 1 p.m. Absolutely. He's got some exciting things lined up. I've had a sneaky peek and they look amazing. You're going to love what he's got.
Thank you, darling girl. Yes, tomorrow it is Joe and Craig with a brand new launch of Creator Cards on our first show, which is 1 o'clock here in the UK, 8 a.m. on the East Coast, 5 a.m. on the West Coast. And in the 4 p.m. show, it is the aforementioned Debbie Robinson with Joe. And it's a bit of a foil press special tomorrow as well. Enjoy your lovely weekend. Make sure you come back and join Joe here tomorrow. And I think I'm back sometime next week. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.